Hello, everyone. All right, today what we're going to be doing is a upper body workout. So the items that we're going to be needing today is going to be just two dumbbells of any weight that you want to use. And some exercises may be difficult. You may want to use a lower weight, but others it may be better if you want to have a higher weight. So if you have a set of two, it would be good for you to use those two as well. All righty, so what we're going to start out with for our warm-up here to begin with today is going to be some arm circles. And how we're going to be doing this is starting out with our arms set out to our side here. We're just going to be moving around here in small little circles. We can have our hands straight out, or we can make a fist. We're going to be doing this for 30 seconds, and then we'll be moving on, and then we'll be moving on to the next exercise here. All right. Okay. We can rest now. Next, what we're going to be doing here is going to be what I like to call razor roots. Might remind you of an old dance move that used to be done. And what that's going to be here is we're just going to be pumping up here with our arms, just going straight up and down here as fast as we can, getting as many as we can in the time frame going. We're going to be doing this for 30 seconds. And this time, after this 30 seconds, we're going to be taking a 15-second rest break. So here we go. When we're starting out here, we're just pumping up as fast as we can go. Good job, good job. Let's keep it going. If you want to add a little bit more challenge to yourself, you can step side to side like I am here. Or if it's more comfortable for you, just stand still here and just keep going. I like to keep moving side to side. It's more comfortable for me because I'm super hyperactive. And I can never sit still here. All righty, so we're going to rest here for a couple of seconds. And while we're resting here, I'm going to explain what's going on to be our next exercise coming up. So what we're going to be doing next is going to be our fast punches here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to get our boxing training, a good boxing training in. We're just going to be sitting here punching out as fast as we can, getting as many punches in as we possibly can in our time frame. We're going to be doing this for 30 seconds once again. And then after this 30 seconds, we're going to take another 15-second rest break. And then we'll move into our main workout for the day. Here we go. So let's get in our stance here, and we're just going to punch out as fast as we can. Good job there. There we go. Keep it up. We're going strong here. We got 15 seconds left. Keep it up. You're doing great. All right. We're going to take a rest break here. We're doing great so far, everybody. So what's going to be happening next is we're going to be moving into our main workout for the day. And so what that's going to consist of is four sets of 3 exercises that we're going to be doing for 45-second intervals. And we're going to be doing a 15-second break as well in between each exercise after the 45 seconds is completed. We will also, if you are feeling winded or tired and need to take a break as well, feel free to pause the video at any time, take a rest break and keep going, and at any point in the video that you need to. All righty, so what we're going to start out here with is one of our first exercises. We're going to be doing what is called an overhead press. That overhead press is going to be going from here starting out in the board. So we're going to start out with our hands above our head here. What we're going to start out at our 45-degree angle here. We're going to be moving straight up and bringing our hands together here. We're going to be coming straight back down. What you can also do, that's the easier way to do it. If you want to add a little bit more of a challenge to yourself, you can bring your weights here, and you can add weight to yourself and just do the same thing. Just start it from here. Just bring your arms straight up, getting those weights to touch here at the You know, ways to sit here and touch at the top here. All right, so what we're gonna be doing next is here we go. All right, here we begin here. And we're going straight up. Here on our position, we're starting up and we're coming down. We're just going straight back up and back down. Good job here. We want to make sure that we're really making sure to stop at that 45-degree angle before we want to bring our those weights to down to our ears here, and then we're going right back up. Doing great here. We got 15 seconds left. Keep going strong. Remember to breathe on the way down, breathe in on the way up, and out on the way down. All right, we're gonna rest here for 15 seconds, and we're gonna move into our next exercise, which is going to be our bicep curl. What our bicep curl is gonna consist of today is we're gonna once again have those weights in our hand. You wanna add a little bit more difficulty to it. What it's going to look like originally is we're just gonna be taking one arm at a time, going straight up. We're gonna pause here in the middle for 2 seconds, and we're gonna continue our way up. Come back down. Go on up with the other hand, pausing for that 2 seconds, coming right up, back down. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this for the same time frame. If you want to add a little bit more difficulty to it, we can use both hands at the same time, going up, pausing at that 2 second. Instead of 2 seconds, hold for 3, and then go up. That's a more difficult way. If this is a little bit too difficult for you with the weights, the way you can do it is setting those weights down, just going through the motions with your hands as well. Just doing the same thing, going up, holding right here, and going. Just making sure on your way up, just really make sure to flex those biceps there if you're using those weights. All righty, here we go. Good job. Way to go there. We get real good pushing through. Always make sure to keep that angles there. You want to go from 45 and just nice and slowly closing that angle in there. So what we're doing next here is we're going to be doing our tricep extension. So what we can do is keep those weights in our hand. If you want to do it what we're going to do, the easier way to do this is what we're going to originally do is starting out here. We're going to bend our hips here at a 45-degree angle, take this one weight. We're just going to be stretching our arms straight back, making sure to rotate our hand over to where our palm goes from facing us to where it rotates over and faces up towards the sky or the ceiling. We're just bringing it back in, rotating our hand back into ourselves. We're just going to do that there. We're just coming straight back in. We want to add a little bit more difficulty to it. Once we get back to that straight position, if you want to flick your wrist back towards yourself, that makes it a little bit more difficult. Or if you want even more of a challenge, you can take both hands and do them both at the same time, doing the same thing, and then flicking that wrist back towards you and coming back in. If you want more of a challenge. If it's too difficult for you, setting weights down once again, it will make it a little bit easier. Just really make sure to focus on your form when you're doing it with no weights. So that way you can get the best workout possible. So here we go. Good job, good form. Make sure to keep that form here, making sure your hips are bent. Take your time going back, rotating that palm over. Good job here. We're almost there. Keep going strong. Remember to breathe here. Get this one on this one. There's no really set timing. Just make sure you're taking your time to breathe in and out. So we don't want to hold our breath in at any moment. All righty, we're gonna rest here. Next, what we're gonna be doing is going to be our bicep pull down. And so what our bicep pull down is going to look like is we're going to be taking our one weight here. We're going to be starting out with that weight right above our heads. And we're just going to be dropping that weight down to where it comes right in front of our nose. We want to have the bend in our elbow here. And we're not going to want to drop it down too low. It's going to just drop straight down to our nose here and come right back up. If you want more of a challenge, the lower that you do drop it and bringing it back up is more of a workout as well. And if this is too difficult for you, once again, setting that weight down or using a lighter weight will make it easier with this as well. Here we are. So we're starting here at the top. We're bringing our arms down, and we're here. There's a simpler way here, and here's a more difficult. Good job here. Really making sure to keep those angles on those elbows. Holding that weight here, not too close to your face, but far enough away that we can have control, but not too close to where we're hitting ourselves in the nose. Good job here. We're almost finished. All righty, we're going to take that 15-second rest here. Next, what we have coming up is going to be our lateral shoulder raises. So what that's going to look like, I'll demonstrate here in a second, is going to be coming from here at our closed position. We want to have our feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to lift the arms straight out, coming right back in here. Nice, slow, and control. You don't want to rush out. You want to get through our arms straight out as possible, coming right back in here. Again, if this is more difficult, a more difficult way to do this, once you get out to the arm hold position, you want to hold for a couple of seconds and then bring it back down. That does make it a lot more difficult. And if it's too easy, reducing the weight or once again, or using a lighter or using no weights at all. Here we are. A more difficult way. We're doing it like this. I like to hold it for about 5 seconds and bring it back down. The regular way. We're almost done. Good job here. Push through. All righty, and we can rest now. So next we have coming up here again, we're going to be having our fist pumps. And what our fist pump is going to be is almost a combination of two of the exercises we did in our warm-up. And we're going to be holding our weight here in our hand once again. We're just going to be taking our hands, coming in down position. We're just going to be punching up and coming down. Punching up and coming down. Pumping those fists one at a time. If you want more of a challenge, doing both fists at a time. Or if it's just too much for you, there's no weights and doing both or one arm at a time will also work as well. Here we are. So the more basic way of doing this. A difficult way. All right, and we're resting. Once again, if you're feeling a little too tired, you can pause the video at any time to take your rest break. The next exercise that we have coming up is going to be our field goals. What that's going to consist of is our arms starting out here in our folded position. We'll be starting out here with our arms in our folded position here. We're going to be closing our arms in here in the middle, coming right back out, and coming right back in. The easiest way here is doing this with no weights, as I just demonstrated here. The more basic way is doing this with the weights like this, coming in, closing the weights here, and coming right back out. And the more difficult way would be to upgrade, add more weights to this exercise, or on the way in, once you get into your face here, pushing up, coming down, and then going back out is another way to make this more difficult. All right, and here we are. And we're beginning here. We're coming in. This is a more basic way. Beginning way. The more difficult way. Alrighty, and we're resting here. Let's set those weights down for a second here. Next, what we're going to be doing is going to be a tricep pull down. What the tricep pull down is going to be looking like is almost as the same as a bicep pull down that we did earlier. But this time, instead, we're going to be taking that weight behind our head. We're going to be taking that weight behind our head, dropping it down to about our nose again, and coming right back up. Again, more of a challenge. The lower you go, and coming back up. And the least challenging way is to drop that weight, putting the weight down and doing it with no weights at all. Here we are. There's a more basic way here. Doing good here. More difficult way. All right. We can rest here. We're going to grab me some water here. A little parched.
Activity completed.
So the next exercise that we have coming up here is going to be our push-ups. How we can do our push-ups here, we can either use a chair. We use a chair like this, or a sofa, arm of a sofa, a wall. If we are unable to get down on the floor to do a normal push-up, we can use a floor, wall, chair, or elevated surface once again. For example, to use a wall like such, we would come up to, make sure to place our hands onto it, having our arms straight out. We're gonna bend our arms in, bring ourselves in as close to the wall here, through our nose touching, bring it right back out. Bringing ourselves in, touch your nose to the wall, come right back out. If you are able to get down on the floor, what a normal push-up would be looking like is we'll be down here onto the floor here. And we're going to be starting out with us up on our toes here. And we're coming down and back up. And another modified way we can do this is having our leg going to our knees here, having our feet crossed, and just coming down here and staying up on our knees. All righty. There's our 3 ways of completing this exercise, and here we are. We're doing well here. Right. So the next exercise that we have coming up here is going to be our Frankenstein arm raises. What that's going to be here, so we're going to be picking those weights back up into our hands, and what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be bringing our hands straight out from our lowered position here, coming straight up and straight back down, straight up and straight back down. Almost as if we were doing a zombie walk here. So here we are. Up and we're down. Up and we're down. Right. We can set those weights down here for a second. I forgot to mention on this one, that last one here, a more difficult way you can do to challenge yourself is bring your arms up here and holding it for a couple of seconds to bring it back down with the weights in your hands. It'll be a more difficult way of completing that exercise. And again, putting the weights down, doing it with no weights at all, making sure you're focusing on the form there really would be a more efficient way to do the exercise. If it's too difficult to do that with with weights for you. The next exercise that we have coming up in this workout here coming up for us here is going to be our bench press, ladies and gentlemen. And so what we're going to be doing here, we're unable to, we have a couch or a sofa, what we can do here, or a chair. We can take that chair and you can lay your back onto it. If you want a more difficult way of doing this exercise, we can take a chair. We can take a chair and we can lay ourselves onto the chair here. Placing our back onto the chair, laying flat back. Going from this position here, pushing straight up and coming down, or coming straight up and down. This is a more difficult way of completing this exercise. The normal way you could complete this exercise would be coming from a standing position here if you don't have any of that. And we can just come from a straight out position here. Coming from a position here with our elbows bent, just pushing straight out and in, out and in, as if you're rowing a boat almost. And then another way you can complete this exercise is by, once again, placing those weights down and then completing the exercise as well. So here we are. So we're coming from here in this elbow bent, pushing out and in, out and in. Like this below us then. Remember to breathe in on the way down and out on the way up. All right. If you want to see her for a second here. Yeah, if you had gone out of your chair, we can move that out your way.
Activity completed.
The next exercise that we're going to be doing here to close out our workout is going to be the reverse Frankenstein exercise. And what that's going to look like here is going to be us starting out in this beginning position here. And instead of bringing our arms forward like we did on the beginning, we're going to be reaching our arms backwards, straight in, as if we were taking off like we were Superman. Just going straight back on a set of skis. And here we are. And we're taking off. Once again, the more difficult way of doing this exercise, once you get out here, holding for a couple of seconds and bringing it in. Dropping the weights down to a lower weight, or eliminating the weights completely is a way you can complete this exercise as well. And all right, and we are resting. So the next, what we have coming up here is going to be our beginning of our cool down. And the first exercise that we have in that is going to be our crossbody pull-ups. So what that's going to look like here is we're going to be doing this for 30 seconds. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be starting out here with our arms crossed, and we're just going to be taking our hands as if we're pulling onto our rope here. We're just pulling straight out and coming in, out and back across. All righty, here we go. We're doing a great job here. We're doing well. Let's close out strong. All right, we're resting here for the 15 seconds like we did for the warm-up. Next, what we have coming up is going to be a jab combo with an uppercut. So what that's going to look like here, we're going to be starting out into our athletic boxer stance here. We're going to be coming out with a punch, with a jab here, a jab with opposite hand, and then an uppercut. Then we're just going to be switching that motion there. So it's jab, jab, uppercut on the opposite hand, jab, jab, uppercut. We got this for 30 seconds as well. And we have one more exercise after this. Let's finish strong, ladies and gentlemen. So it's jab, jab, uppercut, jab, jab, uppercut with the opposite hand. There we go. All righty, and we're resting. Next, what we have coming up is going to be our arm circles. Once again, for a nice little relaxing cool down. That's again starting out here with our arms straight out to our side. We're just going to be doing those small little arm circles. If you want a more difficult challenge, the larger you go, the more difficult it is. And smaller arm circles, the smaller you go, the easier it becomes. Great job. All right, we're resting here. Whew. How's everybody feeling today? I hope we're all worked out here. Hope everybody's arms are nice and sore. And we're feeling great here. We're getting those
Activity
nice,
completed.
we're getting those bodies nice to where we would like ourselves to be. I hope everybody has reached their goal this afternoon with this. And I hope everybody has found this video helpful to them. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great afternoon. And I hope to catch you for another workout video again. Till next time.